So I'm Lloyd, the Yorkshire gripper Cooper. I'm a almost 17-year veteran of Jiu-Jitsu, second degree black belt, so old as fuck. Yeah, and I've been around a little bit, and this is my gym, Gripper Jiu-Jitsu. Story with me getting started in grappling was quite a funny one. So like when I was 21, I was working nights, didn't have much direction in life, worked nights, lifted for 2 hours every single morning, got real jacked and strong. I was bragging to my mate and I was like, yeah, fucking hell, I'm 70 kilos and I can bench like 125. You know, that's a pretty good number. And he's like, so what? What does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. And he's like, come and try this class. And it was MMA for the first hour and Jiu-Jitsu for the second hour. First hour, I got my legs absolutely kicked into oblivion, could barely stand by the end of it. Second hour, did Jiu-Jitsu, just like trying to squeeze everyone's head in, you know, trying to pump my pythons around the head. And a 17-year-old choked me unconscious in my first ever class with a triangle choke. So there you go. And then I was kind of like ego battered and decided that I needed to learn what he did just so I could fuck him up back. Oh man, look, Jiu-Jitsu, if you get rid of all the Jiu-Jitsu stuff, has given me my partner and my children, and you know, that's the best thing in life for me. So I wouldn't have had these things had it not been for Jiu-Jitsu. But outside of that, I think, yeah, you know, as I spoke about, I was a little bit lost earlier in my life. And I think Jiu-Jitsu has been that vehicle that has driven a lot of my development, has taught me the value of hard work. You know, it's given me the mindset that anything I want in life is achievable. I've just got to be prepared to put a certain amount of hard work in for it. And I think, you know, understanding simple things like gratitude, brotherhood and things like that, you know, it's very simple concepts that they've given me, but the most profound. You know, I'm not interested in fancy glittery things. It's simplicity. It's Tuesday nights in gripper, everyone grafting, everyone slapping each other's hand at the end. They're the things that matter the most. Oh God, absolute bummers sitting on the floor and throwing legs at you. No, I'm joking. Utilizing grappling via like clinch work to physically control your opponents, and if required, finishing them via the usage of joint locks or chokes to constrict the blood flow to the head, rendering them unconscious. I've been really lucky in injury-wise. Now, I'd probably say the worst injury I've got, it's not really an injury, is I've got degenerative disc disease in my lower back. So I've got 9 discs that are basically like little wafers. So at the minute, and that's why I don't compete as much anymore, is that I always feel like I'm on the teetering on the edge of a back spasm, but that's genetic. That always would have happened. Maybe I brought that a little bit sooner. But I can't complain, like I haven't had any major knee injuries. I guess the only worst injury I've had has probably been, I've separated my intercostals 3 times and that feels like somebody's jacking you up in the ribs. But I did that before the Euros 2017, didn't train for 5 weeks and still managed to submit 5 dudes in a row and win European Championships, so it can't be that bad, right? Well, I'm really, really well known for leg locks. You know, I've made my name leg locking everybody, so I really enjoy leg locks. So if I have to answer from that perspective, I'd say it's straight foot lock. Everyone thinks heel hooks are the thing, but something OG about a straight foot lock, you know, that's what I was good at early. Outside of that, I like just hitting a head and arm choke, but the way I had an arm choke isn't, you know, squeezing your head off. I'm just patient. I'm just gonna fucking lay on you and be patient, time, forwards pressure, and let my weight do the job. Yeah, I think obviously my best power move is that I'm going to get to your legs from wherever. Like I think a lot of people comment on the fact that I can be in the most random of positions and I will seek your legs and I'll be able to get into them from wherever. So definitely a superpower of mine is that no matter what, I'm gonna get to your legs. Look, for me, like personally, I've achieved everything I wanted to. For me, it was always about getting as good as I can be. I didn't want to win any particular accolade. I didn't want to go pro or anything like that, you know, and I feel like I achieved that. The Europeans, which is really good, ADCC Pro class in the UK a couple of times, that was good. Probably the pinnacle for me has been multiple times on Polaris, winning 2 of those matches, so that was a big one. So I kind of like boxed off a lot of those. My goals now reside around building this environment. You know, I want an environment that produces absolutely fearsome grapplers, first and foremost, and you know, I feel like we're doing that at the minute. But equally is that the gym transforms people's life all around. You know, I want people not just to learn jiu-jitsu, is that they will learn life skills, confidence, development, direction, motivation, stuff like that. And I want people to like feel like they are a part of something, a brotherhood. I always talk about the brotherhood in here, and I feel like that's the more I can build that and the more people's lives I can positively impact that way, you know, I get a lot of gratification from helping people. You know, I just get random messages like, oh, I came to your seminar 3 years ago and, you know, you talked about having a direction and men need missions and stuff like that, and it really helped me. And, you know, that's the thing that really gives me the most gratification nowadays. Simple. Nobody cares what you're doing. All right, it's you that are putting pressure upon yourself. You're putting it on a pedestal. You're needing to achieve, right, or needing to avoid failure. But the reality is, your family's still going to love you. Your friends still think you're cool. Your job's going to be there the day after. You know, nobody's going to stand outside the gym going ha 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 ha. So the reason people get super nervous is because they are putting pressure on themselves for a given outcome that they've got an image of in their head, right? So first off, freeing yourself from that, right? Is that just release yourself from whatever the worst can be, and then you're going to be free to perform your best. But then equally, invert that around. Whenever I do go to compete, I've rehearsed in my mindset a scenario where I'm that sure I'm going to win. I just have to work backwards from that point, right? So whenever I'm on the mat, I am supremely confident that I'm going to win, and I just need to figure out how to get there, and you know, whether that's whatever my legs are and stuff. So a couple of ways of looking at it, but the most simple advice is nobody gives a shit. Cool, mate. Thank you very much.